Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Mario Championship channel. Good evening. My name is Savage Octagon, and along with an awesome cast and crew of characters, we are here to bring you the first monthly speed tournament of 2023. So we have cleared that board, the scores have reset, and we are ready to start a new year of speed play. So the days are getting longer, but let's hope our times are getting shorter. I'd like to extend a big welcome to our three new players this month. We have JRigsx, and we have Sergeant Saros, and we have Bumbledon. And we are actually going to see JRigsx tonight and Sergeant Saros and Bumbledon in the silver bracket next week. So we've got three great matches for you up tonight. We've got the number 4 Ibar versus number 13 OoktheLibrarian. We've got number 6 JonDatFlindo versus number 11 BSG 4000. And then we've got as our final match, number 2, that's me versus JRigsx, the new player that I mentioned before. Now, you heard me mention Bidwell, and so here he is. Bidwell, how you doing?
Savage, what's up? Long time no hear. Glad to be back.
Yeah, now
we kind of had that hype video, from Scout like 3 months ago, and all these new players have been looking to get in here, and this has been their first opportunity to really lay down some times and a heck of a start for our new players. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I'm scared to face a new player. Like, it's a little nerve-wracking, right? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna get. So I'm super excited for this matchup. I love to see new people. And if anyone remembers, Atalito, who is the number 1 seed in this tournament, started in January of last year, and I think he was the 12th seed in his very first tournament. So anything could happen with a new player.
Just get those reps in, and you'll either pick it up or you won't. You'll be stuck like me, but I'm excited.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the exciting things that we've got going on as a community. Not only our speed tournaments, but can you tell us about the versus tournaments?
Well, yeah, this year, if you haven't heard, we are having a series of live versus tournaments. If you want to bring up that graphic, thank you, Dave. Next weekend, look at that, Lone Star Regional at the ATG Expo in Waco, Texas. I'm flying out on Wednesday. I'm going to go to Austin for a day. Then I'm going to Waco, freaking Texas. I've never been to Texas. Christian, the guy who runs this expo, has been a friend of lots of game scenes and expos that I've known over the years, and I'm really excited to go to his home show, and it's going to be a blast. And then if our tournament's going to be on Sunday the 22nd, but if you do come on Saturday night, we are going to have our first live SNES, Dr. Mario, and Tetris mixed match tournament. Say that one time fast, let alone 3. But that's been a side game a lot of people have been clamoring for. And since there is a Tetris tournament on Saturday, we are going to have a nice Reese Cup of retro game players mixing up their disciplines, and we shall see which discipline reigns supreme when we mix the two together. So I'm excited for that, as well as our regional. And talk about the format a little bit. It's not required to go to a regional tournament to qualify for our finals in November, but as an added sweeten the pot, sort of, not quite a prize, but I guess a reward. If you finished first or second in any of these regionals, if we have that slide, Dave, if not, I'll just explain it. We are going to take our top 2 finishers from our finals in Columbus last year, which was Packy and Swong, obviously, and we're going to add our top 2 finishers in these next 3 regionals. There's our graphic. And as we fill in those spots, these 8 players are going to be in our first pool in our finals in November. And the winner of this pool will automatically get the top seed of the tournament. So this is a nice, you get in, but you don't quite get in. But we're going to have like the Super Bowl of versus Dr. Mario in this first region, in this first pool in November, with all these great players. So I'm excited for this weekend. I'm excited for 2 months from now in Louisville. And then in the summer, we're going to be in Arizona at the Game On Expo. So I think that's enough for me. And I guess one other shill thing I got to do is our merch store.
Excellent.
Oh my goodness, merch. I have one of those blue sweatshirts on right now. If you're watching me on my channel, you can see me wear it. I'll be up in the second match. The sweatshirt's great. It's warm. It's cold this month. It feels great. I love it. And it's got our logo on it. And there's also t-shirts and bags and other odds and ends. And all the money that goes into this goes to our tournament is going to be used to buy prize money and trophies and Mike and Ike's and other better streaming equipment, all the good stuff we like to have at our live shows and our streams. So help us out. Look cool while doing it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and we're also about to hit a milestone at the DrMC. We have 994 followers, so just a couple more to get to 1,000. So, tell your grandma, tell your aunt, just sign them up and have them follow us. We also have 2 other events next week. There is, of course, the silver bracket, and that'll be on Saturday. And additionally, our friends over at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners are having a Dr. Mario 64 story mode tournament. So you know it well. You run the gauntlet of all of those bosses, you try to play as fast as you can and try to speed through that. And I mean, we got people going in the under 10 minutes for that recently in practice, and that's amazing. So check those out as well.
Play that so fast, and how do you understand what happens in the story? I'm confused.
Oh, the story. I mean, the story is an epic. It's truly, it's like Les Mis or Crime and Punishment. It's
they
just
sing?
epic.
Oh my goodness! I'll have to play through one day. All right. Well, even Dave's giving us the heave ho. He's already putting up our first match here.
So here we go. We have on the left our number 4 seed Ibar, and on the right our number 13 seed OoktheLibrarian, who is one of the finalists in the silver bracket championship. So we got 2 really great players. Ook representing Team Chill.
And it is Ook, even though he is a librarian. It's not Book the Librarian. He took off the B, and you're repronouncing it Ook. So if we have new people watching, this is important stuff.
Exactly. So what do you think of this matchup, Bidwell?
Ibar is probably best known for his runs in the Versus Championships the past couple of years, getting to the finals at 2021 and also having a good run this past year. So he's doing the speed runs more and more and getting better and better and getting up that leaderboard. I don't think he's taken a tournament yet, but he's a pick of mine to take one of these monthlies this year.
Yeah, and he came screaming out of the gate on his qualifier. As some of you know, to qualify for this tournament, you make an announcement on our Discord. So hopefully someone will plug that Discord. You do a 30-minute run and you get as many viruses as you can, and that will determine your seed. And level 18, it used to be the top achievement, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But there are not many members of that 18 club, and Ibar just reached it this month. So he is ready to go. And speaking of ready, we do have a ready from both players. So we're going to have our countdown in just a second.
All right. Dave sees those readies. Good luck, have fun. We go in 3, 2, 1, pills.
So these players will be playing levels 6 through 9. It's going to be a best of 3. These guys are going to be looking to have their times in the 6-minute range to be very competitive.
We want to get a minute 30 for each level, average. Even good players, sometimes a minute 30 can be a struggle depending on the RNG and how things are going that particular game. But it's also interesting in these earlier levels. They're honestly, in a speed run, these are more difficult levels because your virus placements are so much more crazy. They're not tightly packed, so you've got a lot of open space to deal with, and a bad RNG, not just in the pills, but also the virus arrangement, can significantly slow your run. So we'll see how this works out.
Yeah, both of these players pretty evenly matched right now. Ook's board is nice and clustered in the center, so he's going to be able to have these quick drop combos. And notice there's nothing on row 1, so things will drop down there, but he's got an opportunity for a horizontal yellow in row 2. Ibar, I thought he had the opportunity for a fat log there, but he just decided not to go for it with the yellow-blue. So
he had a T, and then he had a fat log. And I think that he's got the horror webcam on right now, like flashing before our eyes and, trying to upstairs for us. But he's out at a 1:15. That's a great time.
And this is all Ook needs. He's out at a 120. Excellent.
Nice.
So just a few seconds separating them. And Ook's got a lot of double potentials. He's got to make sure that this red isn't a huge problem. So RNG is going to be all about that.
Yeah, he's getting all the blue yellows to start. Double red to help a bit. Like when you want that double red burst, you just don't get it.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this game sometimes, and you're going to see this probably tonight, RNG does send blitzes, the same pill over and over again, double red being the one that's the most notable. And that's what Ook would have really liked right then. A nice combo from Ibar down the center of that board to clear it out. Ibar's going to need a lot of yellow himself, and notice he's got a nice combo with a blue-yellow set up on the side, this nice horizontal on the bottom, and a good tuck. So he is about 8 viruses ahead of Ook at this moment.
And now Ook's covered up all of his yellow, so he's going to have to put a premium on clearing out that right red virus, even if he created a little bit of garbage. He does it.
So Ibar just needs 1 blue and a couple of reds. So he's just going to wait on that 1 blue, clear it out horizontally. I think he sees that his camera might be going a little crazy. You see his eyebrows going. Now, Ook in a situation here with this blue and 1 red, he is going to want to, drop that red down horizontally and clear that with a combo. Not sure if playing the double blue there was the right move. I think it might have been better to try to clear out column 2.
Ooh,
and a misdrop. Yeah, he definitely wanted to put that blue in column 2. And so, yeah, we'll see. I hope the doctor doesn't punish him by giving him too much blue, or not enough blue.
And of course, he's shaking his head because the double blue came 1 piece too late. He
Yeah.
could have comboed out, but that's a half a second difference. But he's behind by a half a level. Not the end of the world. This isn't an ideal board for Master Ibar. As you can see, there's a lot of floaty pieces up at the top. So the only real efficient way to clear those is with a double piece, and those only come 1 every 9 pieces in regular RNG. And we both know that even with that crazy RNG, that doesn't happen when you want it to. And as I give that big explanation, he gets the piece. So again,
yeah, exactly. You did that, and a really nice yeah for Ibar in the right hand side. Now, not ideal. We'd love to see him get a yellow-red to deal with that center of the board more quickly, but he's got it. He's just got 2 left. Whereas Ook working on manufacturing an yeah there with those blues. And that's what you got to do. These elite players, if you don't get the pill that you need, they're making a setup for a combo.
Ook's about to finish at getting a little crazy. 425 into level 9. Now we've lost the Master Ibar cam, but that's okay. Cams are not required.
And the thing is that, Ibar was kind of close to the top there, and it is possible to top out and still continue playing in this tournament. You just have to reset from the level that you were on and then start over from that level and just keep playing. Nice combo from Ook.
Our yearly champion last month topped out during his championship run, so even the best players will top out from time to time.
And yeah, no risk, no reward. So we've got Ibar level 9, 28 viruses left to go. Ook is having a tough time with this end game on his level 8 because all this blue is coming, but that blue is covered. There's not an option to take it horizontally. And he's got those reds, and he was using them to clear out the blue. So hopefully, he'll be able to keep this red going, and it's going to be kind of challenging. I hope he gets a blue-yellow so that he can clear out that space on column 3.
Blue at all. Oh, he's going to play it that way. Okay, that works. 546.
But this is not an ideal board for Ibar. I mean, take a look at columns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just blue, yellow, and not in an ideal combination. That yellow in column 3 is kind of causing the deal. But look at Ibar doing that awesome tuck around the...
Michael Phelps is swimming here. Is this going to be a perfect clear for Ibar? Damn close.
I mean, that blue's got to be tough to perfect clear. It looks like he is open. He has those options for the reds both horizontally and vertically, but now he has that blue covered. The red dropping down on row 2 will actually drop all of this and he'll
Good.
be done. He's out at a 639.
Nicely done. And I heard earlier that we are slightly changing our clear rate, that we don't have to finish. If you've lost a round, you don't need to finish to register your clear rate.
Oh,
Did I have that correctly?
well, you never had to finish to register your clear rate. I think the website that we have, monthly.drmc. No, gg. Yeah, someone put that link in the chat. Yeah, I think that we're able to put in how many viruses the person who did not win cleared, and that will prorate a value for them.
Got it.
Mhm. Yes, monthly.drmc.gg. I knew that they were all in a row somehow, but the order.
Yeah.
And Ook out at a 737.
Well, it used to be the good run was anything sub 8, the sub 2 minutes per level. Now you see we're getting to 145 per level, 130 per level, so it's getting crazier and crazier. I want to apologize for your camera. And apologize for all that stuff behind you on the floor. But your camera's great. Here we go. Got it ready for my bar. Got it ready from
Reefy? A Reefy? A Ready even from Ook.
Reefy.
Reefy and Ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Medication. It doesn't quite work like pills. I'm trying.
Yeah, it's not as catchy. We may need some new chants this year. Who knows?
We're gonna get this round 1 on Friday night. This is the experimental night, Get up there on stage and you sing that karaoke.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of this board for Ivar, that's for sure. I do not like all these blues clustered in the center. Although he's making that 6 and 7 combo. That was pretty good.
Column 4 is completely cleared. That's just not ideal.
Yeah. And with 3 and 5 also being blue, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But he is trying to build up so that he's not going to take a ton of drop time.
He's got to swim every single one of these pieces around, and that is going to severely hinder his run. So far, he's keeping up. It's a 13-13 tie, but he's really looking for that double yellow and that missed drop from before, or else he's going to have a 3-4 second stall time. Get a structure, but that's still about 3 seconds.
Yeah, and Ook had a tiny lead for a second, but that column 6 is his pain point. You can see that there are those blues on top, and 7 and 8 are also covered with blue. So he's going to have no choice but to really dig out that column in order to get those yellows going. So that's going to be tough for him.
Ooh. He didn't like that. Oh, the indecision. Yeah. He really wants that blue-red. And when you want a piece, you just don't get it. It's Dr. Mario.
Yeah, and I think the red-yellow would have been good to tuck under there too, but he's starting to have a little bit of trouble. It does get that blue-red though, and now he's able to have that nice combo. Meanwhile, Ivar going to work on this level 7, but it's basically a red-blue story here at the top.
151. He's saying censored words to himself, most likely. It's not over by it's still second level to run. Plenty of time. This red cluster at the top for Ivar, not helpful.
Yeah, you can see him sort of navigating around. I mean, you want to try to find the big brain way to clear as much of that red as possible, and just it's not obvious at the moment, especially with no red coming. So that's giving Ook a chance. It is now tied back up, and that's how the RNG works here.
Double red will help tremendously here for Ook. Nice combo after he got past that first wave. It's a game again.
Yeah, and Ibar just had a great combo down the center of that board, vertical into horizontal with those reds. Now he is going to want that double red blitz right now. That is for sure. Nice combo for Ook there. He is going to be waiting on reds as well, and so he's got options for those both vertically, like in column 6, and he can start building up to a horizontal combo for row 3.
Who's going to get out first? We are close. It's just a race of the reds here.
Mhm. Ooh, I kind of wish Ibar had used that double red to clear out that all that stuff on the bottom, but he still gets it. He's out at a 314. And
3 second
Ook out at a
difference.
317.
Yeah, let's go this. First match of the year. We got a close one.
Woo! Nice opening horizontal for Ibar. A really good opening combo from Ook, taking some of that stuff off the top of the board. Ook is going to want to clear out so that he has a little bit more diversity. That column 4 looking a bit awkward with the blue on top of the red on top of the blue. We'll see how that unfolds.
I do not like column 7 and 8 for Ibar. He's just had the
No.
worst seed tonight, or this game at least. I set up the crazy T. Oh, not quite. He just one piece short, but it's clean up top.
Yeah, and you could see Ibar prioritizing. Look at that beautiful fat log, all yellow. That's pretty awesome. And a nice tuck in column 5.
It's cold out. You want that nice warm log burning in the fireplace.
We do have a lot of awesome nomenclature of combos and stuff like that here at the DrMC, so feel free to join us and maybe you can name your own. But wow, Ibar, look at all this blue-red.
Oh, both these boards are terrible.
I don't know. I'd rather be Ook right now, I guess, except for right now, maybe. I mean, there's still a level left, so thankfully, right. Thankfully that's gonna be going.
Just don't like
Ook
having
just needs one red
of one color remaining.
Mm-hmm.
48 and 452. We're still neck and neck in the last level.
Mm-hmm.
Nice run, guys. Keep it up.
Yeah, and Ook's got to get this to not be an entirely red yellow story. But oh my gosh, look at Ibar's board again. A beautiful combo there, but look at all that red. He's getting lucky with this right now.
Ook was a frame from a misdrop. He caught himself somehow and got that piece one more tap away from what would have been a disastrous drop.
Yeah, here in the commentary, we really feel those. You know, you feel a misdrop when you watch it. You feel it in your body. Yeah. We'd be like, oh.
That's why we love the player cams. You can see the joy and the utter defeat when the good and the bad things happen. So it helps our telecast for sure. We appreciate when players do it. Not a requirement, but the audience appreciates it for sure.
A really nice combo there from Ibar so a drop into a cross, really nicely done. That column 2 is a little bit iffy. He does have the opportunity to maybe wait for a fat log. The yellows could go horizontally in row 1. We'll see. Ook, about 6 viruses behind, needs a lot of blue and red. So it's just gonna be RNG dependent, and those reds being up high means drop time is imminent.
Ibar could have a nice run here, just needs the reds now. Or she's not going to get it. It's the yellow burst. That's 5. That's 6. Followed up by a double blue.
Ook has passed up the opportunity to clear those yellows horizontally a couple of times. He could have gotten a plan going with that. And you see Ibar just needs one more red. One more. Yep.
What?
There he goes. What? Okay. 650. And Ibar takes our first match of the night.
And Ook, just over a 7. Good run for both players. 2 sub-7s for Ibar. 2 sub-8s for Ook. That's our state of our game. If you go back and look at our first months from 4 years ago, these would have probably been close to hot times, but you know, that's how much crazy this we've gotten since then.
And Ook, ever the good sport, he always puts up his GGs to his opponent. And Ibar will be facing the winner of our number 5 seed watchmuh versus our number 12 seed Betty B. And so you'll see that round 1 matchup tomorrow, and then we'll do all of round 2 also. So we'll move on to our next match in just a minute, and we will see you in a couple. Welcome back, everyone, to the Dr. Mario Championship channel. We are going to roll right along with round 1. I'm going to go get ready for my match, but calling this action are our good friends OoktheLibrarian, who you just saw, and Larva12. Take it away, friends.
Thank you very much, Savage. Larva, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you feeling, Ook?
Oh, well, just another month. So we are getting ready for our second match tonight. That is going to be JonDatFlindo versus Chris Bidwell, BSG 4000. Larva, what do you think about this match?
So I'm actually very, very excited for this match. Bidwell has been here forever, since the beginning, and we know his playstyle is very, at the moment, very simple, very simplified, I should say. He used to be the combo king of DrMC, and then in order to speed up, exactly, DrMC. Thank you for plugging the merch, Bidwell. But about a year and a half ago, he started switching up his style to play a little bit more simplified but faster, and I do think it's paid off for him. While we have JonDatFlindo, who hasn't been here as long, but in the last 6 months has made tremendous improvements. He's made the semifinals in the last 3 tournaments. He took down Frank in December. I don't know how you were feeling, Ook, but I was screaming at my computer when that happened. And I know we could see John saying to the camera, "I beat Frank." So yeah. I'm very excited for this.
It was definitely a surprising moment for him and for all of us. But on top of that, yeah, I mean, these are 2 players who have made great strides from where they started off, and I'm with you. I'm really excited to see this. This is a rematch. They played against each other back in March of 2022. Bidwell did take that one, but it's anybody's game right now, and with the hot streak that Flindo has been on, I would not want to be in the shoes of anybody facing him right now.
Exactly.
So let's see. I believe we've got readies from both of our players, so we're just waiting on those 3, 2, 1 pills. And Dave is getting that in there. If you're not already wishing luck and bringing joy to our restreamer, the Dave, you should be doing so. The averages. Bidwell's giving up about 17 seconds on average in his 6 to 9s to the averages for Flindo in the last year. So let's see how things go. And Flindo already starting off with a pill I don't think he wanted to drop the way he did, but a really nice recovery as we see him getting a swim in and already starting to work on some good horizontal work.
Yes. To be honest, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of either board. I think both of them are extremely red heavy right now. And of course, yes, the doctor gives a lot of red, but not when you actually need it. When you need a lot of red, doctor says no. So I do like that they're both chopping down, but really Flindo has no use for really anything but red at this point without a lot of finagling. Whereas Bidwell has opened up more of his colors. He does have access to every color. So I do like the way that he's playing that right now.
Flindo's definitely got the more challenging board at the moment, just simply because of how monochrome it is. Although, as you can see, he's finding ways to utilize every bit of red that he possibly can. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Bidwell taking the lead is gone now. It's they're about tied up. But And in fact, Flindo has taken the lead here. He's got about 4 seconds behind on the time. So we do measure by absolute time, not by who gets who gets first out of what you can see. So we're at about a 151 for or about a 141 for Flindo coming out, about the same for Bidwell. So we're
They were
still
right
at a pretty
about the
close
same,
match.
so it's about tied. Yes.
And Flindo, as you see, starting off in kind of the same boat I was in earlier, where he's got one exact pill that he needs, and nothing else is really going to do. On Bidwell's side, he's gotten yellow that he doesn't need. He's just trying to find uses for it. Gets a nice tuck play, and yeah, we're still looking at both players being about at the same point. Again, that timing is about the only difference between the two of them.
Yeah, you could see Bidwell shaking his head. He does not like the RNG he's getting. He did do at least one bracket clear to kind of save himself from some garbage. Unfortunately, you know, that'll only take you so far. If the doctor really doesn't want you to have those pills at all, you do as many bracket clears as you want. It's still not gonna do as much. He has gotten rid of most of his trash, just a little bit on column 6. I believe Flindo is making an elaborate drop combo that will.
Flindo's just trying to figure out what he's going to do with all of this not yellow that he's getting. That's been his real problem.
Mm-hmm. But with this red, he's probably going to drop everything down. There we go.
Yeah, overall, it was a very yellow mid game for Flindo, and it's just there's only so much you can do with that. But he's got this horizontal setup to end this level 7. He's going to get the 2 reds he needs out of the 335. I mean, and Bidwell is a touch behind, but yeah, like you said earlier, the RNG has just not been friendly for him, and it's pretty tough. And he sees it. He's now got that last that he needs out of the 349. Yeah.
At first, I thought he was making competing plans. It looked like he was trying to take both the yellows and the reds horizontally, but the space on the board wouldn't have let him do that at the same time. He would have had to clear one and then the other. Fortunately, he was able to figure out a good way so that he could get rid of them without too much extra garbage.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that pill efficiency, that's really a hallmark of his play. Flindo getting a great combo there with a drop. Looks like he is going to be out of this 8 sooner rather than later, and taking a pretty sizable lead at this point. But yeah, like you said, Bidwell, just the RNG has been kind of rough on him, but he is really doing a good job of really tackling this level 8, getting things down to already down to this end game, just in the amount of time it's taken me to talk about it.
And I do like how he has been playing his pills so that he does minimize drop time. He's been making some good moves. But Flindo's already into level 9, and he's not going to stop. He's just going to fly through as fast as he can.
Yeah, he was out of that level at a 458. So we're looking about a 12, 13 second difference, which if you look at their times over the last year, is about what you'd expect to see between these two players. So Bidwell still well within the range of what he is able to knock out. But yeah, I don't know if that's his game face or if he's just really not happy with what he's seeing.
For Bidwell, it's a little hard for me to actually see because of the beard. So I'm not entirely sure what his facial expression is. But he does look very focused, very tuned into what he's doing. So far, he's been making very smart plays, working with the board and the RNG that he does have.
I'll say
go ahead.
I was going to say he does have an advantage over Flindo, although Flindo's managed to knock it down. That entire right-hand side was just concentrated on two columns. That can really be a killer, as Flindo in these last few pills gets a double red that he would love to have had about 3-4 pills later. Now he just needs one more red. and Flindo's going to be out at 631. You can see his sigh of relief. That was a tough level block. Good time for him, as Bidwell looks like he's going to finish this one out. Can't say I blame him, as he's gonna get a low 7 out of this one, I think, and that is nothing to sneeze at. No, he's going to go ahead and send us on to our game 2. So again, this is a best of 3, and both these players are looking to make, one of them's looking to make it a decider, the other one's looking to just knock it away. So it's going to be a really interesting game.
And if you notice, Bidwell is playing on Chill and Flindo is playing on Fever. Flindo is also playing on medium speed while Bidwell plays on high speed. Those of you who've been with us for a while, you know that
oh, here it comes.
You know that we're gonna have Bidwell standing strats for this game. That's fun.
Oh, he's serious now.
He's incredibly serious right now. You can choose to play on medium or high. Either one is fine. We have great players who play on either speed. That's up to you. We just don't play on low. It does not help in any way, shape, or form. There are things that you can do on high speed that you can't on medium speed that you can't do on high speed. Or it's a lot harder. Swimming is a lot harder. We know that Flindo does like to take a swim every once in a while, a couple times a level. And I know that that's very hard on high speed. I know I can't do it. So I'm always very in awe of people who can.
Oh, check out this combo Flindo's putting together. That looks
wow.
great.
That's beautiful.
And as we look on Bidwell's side, I mean, he's also got a really solid board, and he started quite a bit later than Flindo. So Flindo out at a 117. Bidwell, if he gets another blue, is going to be out at a 118. So yeah, again, this is these guys are just right at each other. There's no way you can even guess at who's going to be taking this one out. These two are just neck and neck right now.
Exactly. I do like Flindo's board a little bit better. I think some of it was at the time Bidwell's board had a little bit of garbage on it that I wasn't too happy about. Not that he really could have done anything with it at the time. But I very much like clean boards. I play that way myself. So I know that's always something that for me is that way. Some people will say that one Dr. Mario player's trash is another Dr. Mario player's treasure. So again, you can play however you like. That's fine. We just love that you all play.
Absolutely. So Flindo out at a 239. Looks like he is going to be taking a bit of a lead in this game too, as Bidwell has run into a bit of trouble. Although that cross clear is always welcome whenever you're finding yourself in that position. He's just got a few of each color, and that late game awareness of just knowing, hey, this color. I need this, I need that. Sometimes the doctor doesn't let you do it, but it's usually a good sign when you get what you need.
Yeah, exactly. This last one, he's going to be out at a 309, but Flindo's already halfway through this level 8.
But you'll notice something about this bottom of this level 8. There's very little blue for Flindo, so that could be a sticking point for him. We're just going to have to see what the doctor giveth. Because he's down to just 2 blue viruses, and yeah, that can really be a problem if the doctor decides to give him a run of blue. In fact, he just needs yellow at this point. Everything else is buried.
Unless he might try to underclear that blue, which looks like what he's trying to do, and then he's telegraphing that he's going to take those yellows horizontally
And of
and
course, the
drop
doctor's
everything
giving
down.
him
He's going to do it
all the yellow.
perfectly. Okay, he's out at a 410
Yeah,
and on to level 9.
getting into 9 at a sub 5 is usually what you're looking for. At least that's usually what I'm looking for. I don't know what the good players are looking for, but yeah. So I feel like if you're looking at a sub 5 when you're out of 9, you're feeling like you're doing well and you're just ready to cruise on this last level. And here's to be what Flindo's trying to do, but again, the doctor just gave him these really floaty boards, and it's going to be a question of will he get the right color combinations, and if they don't include red, the answer is no at the moment.
Yeah, you could see Flindo shaking his head earlier. He's not happy with the RNG. Not that anybody would be happy with some of that RNG. So, but he's worked through a lot of that now. He still needs a lot of red.
As we see Bidwell out at a 505. So still a little bit of time he's got to make up, but we've seen crazier things happen in the last level. We've seen miraculous comebacks, and that column 5 for Flindo is it's a comeback waiting to happen, is what it is. The doctor is just taking his own sweet time providing red, and now that he's provided it, Flindo needs more red. That is good news if you're a Chris Bidwell fan. It's real bad news if you're JonDatFlindo right now.
And then some of the blues that he's getting include yellow, which he doesn't need right now, so it's hard for him to use those in this situation.
He really doesn't want to drop a blue, and he doesn't want to drop a blue yellow. This blue red will be perfectly fine. He would probably love a double blue, but now he's got to decide, do I save this blue for last and have to work all the way around it? That looks to be what he's doing. Man, this is going to be a tight one. He does get the reds that he needs, but now, it's just a lot of work to get down. He's running out of garbage space. He needs double blues, and he needs them now. There's one.
Oh!
And now he's got to decide, what's it going to look like?
Okay, and he's going to set it up to drop both. There we go.
There he gets it out of the 651. That was a real sweater. That one really made us think. But GG's to both of our players. JonDatFlindo will be going on to play the winner of Packy versus DavesmithSays tomorrow. And Bidwell will continue on. GG's again. And if you've enjoyed this, be sure you give both these players a follow. They work really hard and do some really cool stuff for you guys. So again, just GG's to both these players. And again, check out that lovely sweatshirt that Chris Bidwell's got on. That is available from the DrMC store. As he finishes up at a 741. GG's to Bidwell, GG's to Flindo. And I hope you are ready for our next and final match of the night. That is going to be Savage Octagon versus xJRigsx. Hope you'll stick around with us. This is the Dr. Mario Championship. And welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championship Speed Tournament, January 2023. I'm OoktheLibrarian, and joining me fresh off of the second win of the season is JonDatFlindo. Flindo, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Recovering after that gosh awful level 9, but I'm excited to call this next match, Ook.
Yeah, tell me about it. So we've got Savage Octagon with one of our newcomers, xJRigsx, or as we all just know him, Riggs. So tell me what you know, Flindo, and I'll fill in the rest because I've been in Riggs chat quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, we've got Savage Octagon, who has been a staple community staple community member for a while now. You heard from her earlier in the booth. She's had a pretty good run with us. She was the April 2021 runner-up. She was the 7th seed in our finals last year. And then we've got JRigsx, who's new to the DrMC scene, but not new to Dr. Mario. He's been playing for a while, doing speed runs, and was finally talked into joining us here in the tournaments. And it's just going to be really exciting to see these two players face off.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if you are in any way part of the F-Zero scene, you've met Riggs. He's got, you check his speed runs, he's all over the place. Really good guy. He is, I feel comfortable saying he's from Ohio because he uses the Buckeye in his, in a lot of his emotes. So, yeah, this is going to be a really, really fun matchup. You know, Riggs is definitely a question mark right now, but you know, we know what Savage is capable of, and these two are going to give us a good show. It looks like Riggs is frozen. I'm not sure.
No, he's moving. I
Okay.
can see his mouth moving.
Okay, cool. I thought I lost him there for a second, but
And actually, we have readies from both players, it looks like.
there he is. All right. So both players repping Team Chill. Gotta say huzzah for that.
I will stay silent on that. Team Fever.
That was a very loud silence there, Flindo.
Well, I'm a loud kind of guy. We have our 3, 2, 1, and pills.
All right. So first impressions as Riggs is first out of the box. That level already.
Yeah, and Savage's board is kind of in the same shape as Riggs's is right now. I like her board a little bit better though. The main problem with her board, and you can already see her shaking her head. She's got that wide open space right there in the middle of her board, and it's going to cause her to have a lot of drop time if she's not careful.
Yeah, that overhang there can, at the very least, what it's going to do is it's going to force what you're seeing right there, a lot of horizontal movement later on in the board. It doesn't take a ton of time. Oh, as Riggs gets his first misdrop, you know, he's well aware of those overflips. Yeah, it doesn't take a ton of time per movement, but they do add up over the course of a full level. But Savage is going to knock out a big chunk of that overhang right there as she's down to the last 10.
Yeah, and meanwhile, JRigsx already down to 6, but that misdrop there in column 1 really hurting him. He already could have been out of this level, but now having to dig down, you're probably going to see him clear this red horizontally, and that he is signaling that he is going to plan on doing that. Interested to see what he's going to do. Okay, he's going to go ahead and clear the yellow out horizontally, and he's going to be out. Looks like first at about a 135, as Savage has a little bit of a garbage situation on her own.
Yeah, that garbage is going to be a bit of a problem, but she gets the pills that she needs. She's out at a 147. That is a frustrating time to be at for her, I know, but you know, she's going to brush herself off and probably crush the 7. So just be ready for that as Riggs gets himself a nice lightning bolt sort of side offset whatever thing. It's awesome is what it is. Yes, that's right, folks. We do still need names for things. You too can become internet famous by creating your own Dr. Mario combination names. And we will butcher them here on the commentary.
Absolutely. JRigsx has had a really nice level 7 here. His board started out a lot more compact than his level 6 did, and he's just been getting pill after pill, clear after clear. It's really been kind of amazing to see. Not quite sure what he's doing with that double red. Maybe I may wonder if maybe he didn't see the red virus over there, but he does find it and he does manage to clear it out. Now I'm curious to see if he's gonna go for this L here.
He's going
He
for it.
does
There
see
it
it,
is.
and we get a call out. Our first L yeah of the season, at least that I've seen.
But he is now 2 seconds behind Savage Octagon. He's out at a 3:13. Savage out at a 3:11. So we got ourselves a race, folks. And I'm excited to see. I told you Savage is just going to knock that one out. That 7 stood no chance after what the 6 did to her.
Yeah, Savage came back with a fiery passion and just demolished that level 7. It was quite a thing to see. But what happened there, Ook?
The red. Look at the red situation on Savage's side.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she gets that fortunate double red to clear it out, and she's back on track here.
I was just talking about how little there actually is. That was my first look at her board, and my first reaction was, "Oh no, that is a terrible board," because of just how buried all the red is. Luckily, the doctor's being kind of nice.
Yeah. And speaking of red, JRigsx has the exact opposite problem here. He's got a ton of red on his board, and a lot of it at this point is down at the bottom of his board. He's going to have to clear out all these yellows and blues to really get down to it. When with that, he is completely out of blue now at this point, as Savage down to just 5 viruses left, now down to 3 with that really nice combo, but it is oops all yellows situation for Savage at this point.
Yeah, oops anything is never fun. As Riggs looks like he's going to get this horizontal. He's just down to, 4 viruses now himself. Would love to get a double yellow. He does get one. As Savage out at a 455. Riggs is just 1 red away from being out himself, out at a 508. So, as I was saying in the last game, that sub 5 usually a good sign. Let's see what happens in this last game, as last level, as Savage knows what she needs, and the doctor apparently doesn't know what she needs.
Yeah, she finally is able to drop down that combo with that blue piece that she got there, and you can see on her face she's really relieved to get it. I was a little bit concerned I wasn't sure if the blue was going to come, but it did come, and she has already made quite a chunk into this level 9 here, but so has JRigsx. As far as the virus count goes, they are about even. There is about a 6 second differential between their timers, so it's just really going to come down to who can clear out the level first.
And you guys might notice Riggs doesn't seem to be playing like an absolute beginner. He is not. He has been playing this game quite a bit over the last year. It has been the challenge of several people to try to get him into this tournament, and glad he did, because this has been a really fun match already, and we're not even done with the first game yet. So yeah, a lot of really good, smart combos there. He's making good plays, but the question is going to be, will it be enough with Savage already having that lead, but a very compact endgame for Savage. So I'm on tenterhooks right now, just trying to figure out what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting for Savage. It looks like she's got the ideal combo set up now to take the reds vertically, and she's already got that horizontal boost set up, and she gets it, and she's out at a 653. JRigsx just needing a red, and he's out at a 705. So a very good time put up by JRigsx. Especially against a player like Savage Octagon, but she does take this first game, and we will get reset and prepare for game number 2.
Not bad for your first time out. So that is just GG's for both these guys. That is a heck of a first game.
Mm-hmm. And I know how JRigsx feels right now. I do, because Savage Octagon was my first opponent as well. So when you're going up against a big name like this, it's the nerves get going, and I'm sure he's feeling that too. And he's just done a really good job of keeping his cool and playing some Dr. Mario.
Yeah, my first was Dimwit at the height of his powers.
Oof.
Yeah. October of 2020 was a fun month for me.
Who was Savage's first opponent? Do we remember?
I believe it was Dave. She talks about it quite a bit. All right, so we've got readies from both players. As you've got me just curious enough to look that up. And 3, 2, 1. And I'm not seeing 2, 1 in pills, but I'm assuming they're there.
There it is, yeah.
There it is.
And we have a non-timer start from JRigsx. So this will have to be retimed at the conclusion of the match. So hang tight there, folks. You're going to see that 7:05 hanging out on his clock. Savage already into her level 6, but having a bit of an issue with blue access right now. You see all those reds and all those yellows just kind of hanging out towards the left side in the middle of her board. And you saw her shake her head a minute ago. She's not happy with it. But right now she is getting the pills that she needs to navigate through this level, Ook.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting from chat that rule of thumb will be about 4 seconds. That appears to be the time differential between these two. So as you're watching, just bear in mind, give it about 4 seconds difference. We will get an official timing on that afterwards, but for now, that will suffice for our purposes. As yeah, we see Riggs with a nice end game setup here. He needs this yellow, and he doesn't need the yellow. He's out at 7:05. Yeah, at about a one.
Like
it was about a 1:02, I
so.
think.
Yeah.
Which, holy cow, that's a really good time.
Yeah, fantastic time by Riggs. Oh, my swimmer's heart there hurt not to see him go for that. But it is, and it's something that that's something that JRigsx has said that he's not comfortable with, and I understand. Just starting out in tournaments, not wanting to be too fancy, just playing your game, and that's exactly what JRigsx is doing. As Savage has entered her level 7, I didn't catch the time. But
I think it was about a 132.
Okay, 132. So she's been in here for a little bit, but already down to 23 viruses. Trying to catch up to JRigsx. Doing a nice job navigating through this level 7, though.
Yeah, Riggs has got himself a nice setup. Just, comboing himself away. Getting these doubles. Now, that double blue is unsupported, so there's not much he's going to be able to do without building a support structure. Don't blame him for not doing that, although it looks like he might be waiting to get those horizontal doubles till the end, as Savage is close to an oops all red situation here. She's got the yellow and the blue. It does look like she's going to try to handle this red horizontally in order to drop down on the blue. Riggs gets his horizontal in. He's out at a 238. I almost said 7:05 again. As Savage is just waiting on these reds. They are slow in coming. She does get a double though, and that's really nice. She's frankly not happy with what she's seeing. There's one. There's two. She's out at a 305 and the head shake. She's not happy with the doctor right now.
Yeah, and I don't blame her. It's really frustrating when you have that set up and Mario just will not give you the pill that you need. But all she can do now is, just keep going and try to recover as best as she can. As she's got a really nice double opportunity board on this level 8 already.
And that's going to be very helpful because Riggs does not. Yeah, I've done that enough times. Luckily, he is going to be able to rescue that a little bit, but overall, that one hurts to touch. But yeah, this board has not been friendly to him. The RNG hasn't been very kind, so this is going to give Savage the opportunity to possibly be catching up here, as Riggs is finding the best way he can through this board, but it's been really tough going for him.
Yeah, and Savage just making some really great plays. She made a really nice drop combo into a horizontal that just blew my mind. Great play by Savage, and she has taken a lead here now. She's down to just this horizontal yellow left, and there it is. She's going to be out at about a 430. Riggs not too far behind, but this red there in the corner is going to be an issue for him.
Yeah, that one's going to take some time because the worst color to have overhanging is the exact color you need. Luckily, he only needed one, but that's one extra pill half. So there's 2, there's 3. He's out at about a 450 or 449, I'd say, also known as 705.
Yeah.
Oh, great swim from Savage. And this left-hand sideboard for Riggs is going to be a bit of a challenge. Do like how much double opportunity he's got, but I think he knows that after the end of that level 8, he needs to, he really is going to need to pick up the pace. So you see him trying a little bit that's not as straightforward as what he has been playing. Getting some undertucks here and there, but so far the doctor's not giving him the pills that he wants.
Yeah, and he had that staircase situation too with the yellows on the left and towards the center of his board in columns 1 through about 5 or so. And anytime you see that staircase, it's just a really tough situation to get out of. And he's still got a little bit left of it to clean, but meanwhile, it's given Savage a chance to really pull away here. She's down to 5 viruses left, and she's just torn through this level 9. She is going to be a bit blue dependent, though, to clear out the right side of that board. There's one, and there's the other. She's just going to need 2 more red viruses, and she will... be UCLA'd.
Yeah.
And there it is. Out at a 634 for Savage.
So, GG's to Savage. She will be going on to face the winner of Dimwit versus Hollow Man tomorrow. But be sure to give some hearty GG's for Riggs as well. Playing just lights out in his first tournament, really knocking out some really good plays here. Yeah, definitely somebody we're going to be looking out for in the coming months, especially if the doctor will ever give him some red doc. There we go.
Yeah.
As Riggs out at, again, a
705.
So GG's to both of our players.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and good evening, and welcome to the Dr. Mario Championship channel. We are zooming right along in our first monthly speed tournament of the year. We're going to be finishing out round 1 and moving into round 2 in advance of our semis and finals tomorrow afternoon. I wanted to call attention again, if you didn't see last night's broadcast, Chris Bidwell was describing all of the live versus action that we're going to have this year. And next weekend, be sure to tune in on Sunday to footage from our Lone Star Regional. So some people are headed out to Waco to sling some pills, including my co-commentator, Packy. Packy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm going to be out there in Waco next weekend. It's going to be a great time.
And you are truly terrifying in versus, so.
Well, I admit I enjoy having that aura even if I'm not the champion anymore. That aside, however,
the fear is real. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. That aside, however, you mentioned good afternoon and good evening. Well, in the case of our number 1 seed, it might actually be good morning because Atalito, the gentleman from Turkey, is coming in white hot, coming in after a runner-up performance in last year's speedrun finale bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's become the first man to reach level 19 in his qualifier, which is absolutely blistering.
You know, there was a time when I mean, I thought 18 was the upper limit. I just couldn't imagine how anyone could hit 19, but he has done it. And for those of you who don't know about our qualifying system, you play for half an hour and you just try to clear as many viruses as you can, starting from level 0. And it is a big achievement to get to 19. So this number 1 seed is well deserved. Do you have any other exciting matches that you're really excited for tonight, Packy?
Well, let's go down the list here. Dars and Fwubs is going to be an interesting one later. Fwubs
Yeah,
didn't make, Fwubs
she
didn't make any
PB.
appearances last year.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she is living the college life, so she's a little busy, but she did get into 17 on her qualifier for the first time, so she is pumped and ready to go. I'm super excited for watchmuh Betty.
Yeah, that one's going to be interesting. Betty has a very strong horizontal game and a very strong versus game. It'll be interesting to see what she can do against watchmuh.
Definitely. And of course, you're playing davesmithsays, and he has taken you down before. So in round 1. So that's going to be, I think, in the same seeding as well.
Yeah, it's the classic pie matchup, 3 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's gotten me in round 1 before, and I haven't forgotten it. So I feel that itch to just push a little more, because like I hear often that like people say that I have pushed them to be better. But people also need to realize that they have also pushed me to be better. So I thank them for that.
Definitely. I mean, coming in against a new player yesterday, JRigsx pushed me to my limit. So I hear you. And our final match of round 1 is going to be dmwit versus Hollow Man. We haven't seen Hollow Man for quite a few months, but dmwit made a good showing in the year-end tournament out in round 2, but he was the 2020 Player of the Year. So he is a formidable force. So let's go to our first matchup, Packy. As you were talking about, we've got Atalito, the number 1 seed and super white hot, versus the number 16 seed Larva. What do you think of this matchup?
It's going to be interesting. Larva also obviously has an uphill battle going up against the top seed and the current 0 through 20 world record holder. But stranger things have happened, so we'll see what happens. I mean, Larva was telling me that just a little bit ago she got a sub 7 6 through 9 and was pretty excited about that, and that is a rock solid time.
Yeah, I think she actually did post on our Discord just a minute ago that she PB'd in this level block, if I'm or at least bested her competition PB. So that's pretty exciting. And yeah, I mean, honestly, like Atalito, truly terrifying to me. I don't even know if I'd bet on anyone against him at the moment. But this is gonna be fun to watch. So we're gonna be waiting on readies from both players. We got a ready from Larva.
Well, if Larva comes in hot, maybe she can take a game off him. Who knows?
Yeah, that would be fantastic. And we've got a ready from Atalito.
Yep. Now we're just waiting on a ready from Larva, and we'll be set to go. For anyone who might, sorry, go ahead.
No, we do have a ready from Larva.
Okay.
But go ahead.
So for those of you who might be new here, because I never know, we got a good 23 people in chat. But if you've never been here before, the way this works is as follows: it's the best of 3 series, 2 wins to take the match. And for round 1, we start at level 6 and we play through the end of level 9. First one to get out wins. First one to win 2 games advances to round 2.
And that they are off. We had our countdown 3, 2, 1 pills. Interesting board for Larva. She's going to run out of stuff real quickly because she just needs red. Now, luckily, a little bit of red-blue is coming her way. Atalito also needs a ton of red there up top.
Yeah, for a split second, I thought their boards looked pretty much the same, but there was a little bit of a difference in the orientation of their viruses. So
we have had that happen before where players were starting on the exact same board. Now, you see Larva trying to set up to be efficient. I thought she was going to go for a horizontal there with those reds up top and the blue, but she chose not to, and her board is still very clean. So no worries there. She's going to drop a vertical in column 1 down to a horizontal in row 2, and she is They are neck and neck right now, Packy, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, Larva has an L clear setup. Looks like she's going to take the drop combo here instead. And why not? I mean, L's look pretty, but they're not always the most efficient way to get rid of everything. The thing about Atalito's board is he needs almost exclusive. Yeah, he needs exclusively red pills right now. Looks like he's getting them so far, but right now it looks. Let's see if he uses this one to go underneath. Yeah. So he was either go underneath and get the double vertical clear for the viruses, and looks like Larva's out first at 131, and Atalito's out at 132.
Yeah, and the time, there's this 2-second time differential, so we have to wait just a tiny bit to see if someone's actually ahead. But Larva is ahead going out of level 7, and her board a little bit more diverse on the top, a little bit easier to cut down. But yeah, just as I say that, she's already basically out of yellow.
Yeah. Now here's the double red blitz and then the red yellow to follow.
If you join our Discord community, people know a ton about this game. And if the more you play, the more you realize the RNG is kind of broken. So we do have those blitzes of pills. And what Packy's talking about is people in our community, these elite players, know what's coming after these blitzes.
Some interesting decisions here by Laura how to load up these double blues on the left side of her board. Because obviously she needs a ton of blue right now, but it's really just a matter of figuring out the most efficient way to clean up those blues and regain your color diversity on the top of your board.
Yeah, Atalito trying to figure out how to make those reds work the most efficiently down the center of the board, and threw away that red yellow in the middle there. You can see that. Now, he does have all of these yellows free and clear, but he did block the opportunity to take them both horizontally at the same time. But these two very evenly matched, and Atalito's out at a 305, Larva out at a 311. Very close.
Oh yeah, this is awesome to start off from both players. Interesting little canyon in the middle of Larva's board to start here.
Mm-hmm. And Atalito is hung up pretty high on that left-hand side. Another red-blue or this red-yellow would be great for him. Chooses not to use it there. It makes sense. But is he going to take the double red there? No, he doesn't. So he's going to just wait on clearing those blues for some time. It looks like he is signaling that he is going to try to take out those yellows in row 2 with a horizontal. Yep.
And those yellow blues are perfect because it's also going to help him with the blue down tucked all the way in the corner over there. Look at that clear.
Really nicely done. So he's still waiting on that red blue, and honestly, those are the only 2 colors that he needs right now. He finally takes that in columns 1 and 2. Now, Larva with 13 viruses currently, she's got these reds all in very awkward places, so she's got nothing to do but really wait for those to come in. And putting that double red on column 1 seems like the right thing to do because she can drop down and open up just a little bit of something that isn't red and then clear it right away.
Yeah, Larva just needs tons of reds right now to get out of this level 8, and Atalito's already out.
Yep. Atalito out at about a 441, 443, something like that. And going to work on this level 9, but needing a bunch of red and yellow. Looks like he is signaling for a horizontal yellow setup. It's going to drop some garbage, but if we know anything about Atalito, it's just that garbage doesn't matter. It's always going to turn into something good.
Yeah, he might be depending on a double yellow. It looks like he's just not going to wait for the double yellow because waiting for doubles is not an advisable thing in Dr. Mario because they don't usually come as often as the 2-colored pills, if you will.
Yeah. Now, Larva was still struggling through the end of that level 8, ending at a 538, just that red not really showing up in the way that she would have liked. So she's about 17 viruses back on Atalito right now, who is tucking underneath to use some of those blues. Oh, really nice glide all the way. Mm-hmm. But this is good. He still had that opening for
yeah,
the horizontal there.
everything's still lined up. He's really not in any trouble here. So what happened to Larva in level 8 there was she just got hammered with a whole bunch of red viruses and no red pills to destroy them with. And she at one point she had an in-between double clear set up, but she ended up taking a red yellow and sliding the yellow in like a panini situation, as we call it. And it just hampered her too much. And that's a 627 for Atalito.
Very nicely done. His personal best is, at least in competition, is a 552. And anything under 6 is an awesome achievement. And so we might see another one of those hot times from him this afternoon.
So game 1 to Atalito. Larva was doing a really good job keeping up for the first half of that, but level 8 was just cruel.
Yeah. I mean, she's at a level 6 at the exact same time, very close on level 7. Yes. Oh, Atalito saying that 508 is his at-home PB for 6 through 9, which is utterly fantastic. We did see maybe the hint of a promise that sub 5 could come. watchmuh had a really good game a couple of tournaments ago that looked like it was going to happen, but then RNG took it away. So I'm guessing that might happen once in 2023.
It might. Somebody's going to catch that unicorn sooner or later.
Exactly. And we have our countdown for game 2, 3, 2, 1, pills. Larva needs to win this to stay in the tournament and force a decider. And Atalito's just got to put one away to move on to round 2.
Oh, Atalito's just getting some really good pills to start here. Very quick virus clears, already down to 19.
But that red's disappearing so quickly. And as soon as he drops that blue down the center of the board, more of it's going to go. And so there it is.
Look at this. Nice little 2 clear right here.
Nicely done. He's already got 12 viruses left on the board, but he's going to have to take some drop time or build up some platforms to clear that out. Meanwhile, Larva got a very separated board at the moment, and she has a dependency on blue-yellow right down the right-hand
this will help, though.
board. Yeah, excellent.
That's exactly what she needed right there. Goes vertical with the double reds to avoid drop time.
Not quite sure how she's going to take out these yellows in the most efficient way, but that horizontal was a good move. I think she's going to clear that one in column 4 first. And Atalito out at about a 112. Wow.
Atalito's got a interesting looking board. Not a lot of access to yellow right now, which she clearly does not need, but that nice L clear coming up to take care of those blues and open up his board.
Excellently done. And Larva at about a 137 out of level 6. Oof, she's got a lot of blues and yellows that she's going to need to work through. Looks like she's trying to take those yellows up top horizontally. And that yellow-red, exactly what she wants. Nice drop combo.
Yeah, there's a canyon in Laura's board, and there's also a canyon in Atalito's board as well. Both of them handling it pretty well. Nice D sandwich there by Laura. Or Larva.
Well, that's her name. You can use it.
That is her name.
Atalito looking to open up that column 2. That blue-yellow going to be really helpful. Now, his deal is he just needed to be careful not to ruin the blue that he had going on in column 1 with all the blue that was in the middle there. And he's out at a 235. Excellent time.
Absolutely. Larva needs a lot of red, but now she doesn't need too much more red.
Woo. Atalito had a great combo that, again, left those pill halves falling exactly in the right place. So where some people would leave garbage, he's leaving plants.
Yeah, Larva's out at 3 minutes flat. That's actually very good.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is you're playing atalito.
I know. I mean, honestly, like I can't imagine. He's like Frank. You just kind of assume now that he's going to be the one taking it. But we did see Frank go down in the year-end tournament. So again, lots of different things could happen. Mm-hmm. Now, Atalito looking for a lot of blue. That's going to give Larva an opportunity to get her level 8 going. That top of the board with the 2 yellows is going to be a little slow, but she's got a lot of time to work with red and blue. So hopefully that'll work out.
Atalito's got everything set up, and this right here is going to get him out of there in 3:56.
Okay. All right, we see you, Atalito. Nicely done.
Well, if he wants to catch the unicorn, he's got about 1 minute and 3 seconds to get out of this level.
Yeah, let's see. This board wouldn't be my favorite for catching the unicorn, as you say. He definitely is going to need a double blue in order to take that L situation going. But
Yeah,
he's being patient
the double blue
for
is
it.
the only thing that can trigger that right now. Let's see how long it is before he just says forget it and just moves on.
Yeah, you see him opening up column 2. And...
looks like he's still holding out hope.
Yeah, he is. So not sure. He is going to... Oh, there it is. Okay.
Unfortunately, he will not be catching the unicorn, but this is still an incredible run.
Excellent run, yeah. Beautiful double horizontal at the bottom of the board for Atalito. Larva out at about a 5-12. Atalito is going to have to uncover those yellows in column 1, clearing them out with a red. Looks like he might be setting up for the reds horizontally in row 3 as Larva starts to get her level 9 going.
Nice little cross setup she had going there. Nice T there, right into it, using another double red and another double red. They just keep coming. The double red blitz working in her favor that time around.
Yes, and Atalito sets a new personal best, 545.
Larva, we got good news. You didn't get lapped.
Whew. I am just checking out the hot times. 545 puts him at number 12 on the hot times leaderboard. So GG's to both players. Atalito will be moving on to face the winner of our next match, Dars versus Flubs. And Larva looks like she is finishing out. Nope, she's gonna top out. All right.
Maybe she was thinking about going for her own personal PB, but it looks like with 625 and 13 viruses to go, it wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But well, GG's to both players.
Yeah. And so stick around. In a couple of minutes, we're going to have Dars versus Flubs. See you then.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Dr. Mario Monthly January 2023 edition, kicking off this season of Dr. Mario Speedrunning. We just had Atalito sweep Larva, and now we've got a couple different players. One, Dars, a mainstay of this tournament, and always a very strong player, going up against Flubs, who hasn't been here in a while.
Yeah, as we said, she's enjoying that college lifestyle, but it looks like she is at home on winter break, and she has been practicing hard, Packy. She had a qualifying PB, getting into 17 for the first time, and just showing her promise in this tournament.
Yeah, we haven't seen Flubs in a pretty long time, probably about 1.5 years since she's been in the bracket. So we don't know how much stronger she is now than she was then. So this will be pretty interesting to watch.
Huh, I think we've seen her more recently than that. Really?
In the bracket?
Yeah, she was in May 2022.
Oh yeah, she did a
No, I know. It
qualifier.
feels like it was a year and a half
It's
ago.
been a while.
And Inflox saying hashtag Team Zoomer. Yes, it is true. Flubs is our resident Gen Z translator.
Yep.
She teaches us all kinds of vocab that then is obsolete in about 10 minutes. But she's got, what is it? WRigsx. So that's
Riz? I know what
or
Riz is.
Riz. Yeah. W is a thing now. I don't know. Anyway, we got a ready from Flubs, and we're waiting on a ready from Dars.
Well, we're all about the W's in this bracket.
Yeah, we are about the W's. So we got readies. 3, 2, 1. Pills. Sunder says this is not a W Riz moment. Okay, well, you tell us when it is. And they are off. I definitely like the board that Fwubs has. I love it when you see an even board at the top. So it just makes it a little bit easier to drop down those combos quickly.
Yeah, she's got a lot set up on the top of her board. Not a lot of access to yellow, but she's also not getting a lot of yellow pills, so that works out.
Mm-hmm. And she had a really nice combo there on the right-hand side, just tucking everything down nicely. And she is a 5-virus lead on Dars right now, who dropped down into an awesome T, some of it garbage, some of it viruses, but very good for clearing that board.
Looking at these boards, a lot of Dars' stuff is packed into the corner there. With the right pills, he can get rid of that very, very quickly.
Yeah, I'd really like a blue-red for him, and it's just not really... Oh, hey,
Here's the
it
blue-red.
happened!
Commentator's
Hooray!
blessing.
Commentator's blessing, you're welcome. Now, he can clear out, if he keeps getting blue-yellow, he could clear out that columns 3 and 4 to set up the horizontal reds, but they didn't come in the right order. So...
Looks like Flubs had a bit of a misdrop there. Take a little bit of drop time to regather yourself.
Yeah, but she's back open again. Yeah, both players are open. She's out at a 134. So, and Dar's out at a 134. Yeah, very exciting. And again, Flub starting with a really nice, tightly packed board. You see that Dars already has to take drop time in order to make his combo. Got a little bit of a red blitz, which is very helpful for the center of that board. And he's going to opt to take those short clears on the left-hand side. And now column 8, a little bit dependent for him.
Yeah, Flubs is just playing this in an extremely elementary manner, and she's getting the perfect pills to do it with. Just everything's like really simple. A very Floyd-like approach, if you will.
Yeah, it's interesting. When we do say elementary, it is definitely not a knock. It's just a very straightforward style. And with the boards she's been getting, as Packy said, like works really, really well. And you don't have to be too reliant on anything for a crazy setup. She is about 3 viruses behind Dars right now. Dars looking to, yep, that vertical there opened up the horizontal on those reds. He just needs 1 blue and 1 red and he'll be out.
Flubs is just a couple of yellows away from being out of 7. And there it is.
She's out at a 308. So still a very, very close game. And Dars just needs a lot of red-yellow here at the top to open up this board. But a good blue horizontal possibility, which I think that was a misdrop on columns 5 and 6 there, Packy.
It does look like it. I mean, obviously, just because the colors don't match. The question is if whether or not he had another place that he could have put that.
That's true. And he did use everything correctly in the end. Dars or Fwubs, ooh, these names are a little similar for me.
Very short.
Took right? Took some drop time down the in column 6, and that's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a little bit of a well. And just look at the amount of yellow that's there. It's enabling Dars to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, Dars has been surging on this level thus far. Fwubs, meanwhile, is just getting hamstrung by a lack of yellow. And now
And
all of a
that's
sudden she's got a double yellow blitz. And this will help her clean up the garbage in column 1.
mhm.
But now she needs
Yes.
reds.
Ooh. Yeah, because they're just in the wrong place to get this working now. This blue yellow, she could have taken those blues out horizontally. Unfortunately, she's closed off the reds horizontally in row 1. Dars with his last red out at a 430 into his last level.
There's still a
And
baker's dozen of viruses on Fwebs' side right now.
yeah, and this board is a big old hot mess just because of those reds that just were not coming, and they're placed in that very specific way.
Yeah, these reds on the bottom of the board are going to have to be cleared out horizontally at some point, which means she pretty much has no choice but to dig through the right side of her board right now.
Not something I would be looking forward to. There she goes. She gets that combo. Now she's got to be very careful about how she works these yellows because she might just trigger something that she doesn't want to do. But now she gets those reds horizontally.
Now she has to clear these vertically, and you can see her reacting a little bit because she was trying to tuck the double yellow underneath there, and now she's just waiting for one more. Basically a 5-pill punish for not getting that flip.
And she's about 23 viruses behind Dars right now, who has just been having a nice clean
Nice
level,
team
good
there.
combo. And now he's got an entirely left-hand side of the board, and he's just got to open it up. I think the blue-red's going to help with that. Thought he might use it on the left-hand side to open up a little bit more, but he doesn't, and it's okay because he's getting the stuff that he needs.
Wubbs had a nice little surge at the beginning of the level that got her virus gap from 23 to 15 pretty quickly, but now it's back up to 18, and with only 3 viruses left, it's just a matter of time before Dars is out of here.
And he is
Nice
out at a
sandwich.
620. Very nice time from Dars. And Fwubs has 14 viruses left to go. She is going to top out.
We have it ready from Fwubs for game 2. And be sure you're on the menu.
Restart those timers, all that good stuff. Now there was a time when Dars was having some inconsistent times in the brackets. He's been around for basically the whole length of the tournament, but he's been on a hot streak right now, and he took out Swang in our year-end tournament last month. So that was pretty exciting as we get our countdown 3, 2, 1 pills.
Took him out in round 1 too.
Yeah, pretty intense.
There's some spires going on Fwubs' board, and a very open board on the side of Dars as well.
Yeah, these aren't my favorites. Fwubs tucking underneath, but she did get a double blue early on that was just really, really helpful for her to avoid the spires. And actually now she's got a pretty even board to be working with. So things looking good on her end. And Dars is going to run into a red-blue problem in short order.
I think he's pretty much already there. He's only got 1 yellow virus left on his board. It looks like he's resigned himself to clearing out these blues horizontally.
Yeah, I guess both sets.
Some interesting decisions he's going to have to make with these blues.
Wow. Everything's coming together, though.
Yep.
Wubs just needs a couple of blues herself to be out. Dar's going to be out at a 105.
Wow.
And yeah, these are good times. And
These are
Fwub
both
out
really
at a
good times.
115.
A big cluster of yellow on Fwubs' board to start out. Nice in between clear, getting two at a time.
And Dar's, again, having to take some drop time at the top of this board, and notice the bottom of the board is going to be entirely the same story as his last one, all red-blue, but the arrangement of those viruses much better for him to have a smoother end game, I think.
Yeah, but so far it's still neck and neck. This double red surge is perfect to deal with these spires on Dar's board right now.
Oh, let's hope for a double red surge for Fwubs as well. That would be pretty good.
That it would.
Good. I like her setup on column 2. She under-tucked that red-yellow, and now she can drop down, do a nice cascade clear there. So she's got 7 viruses. Dar's has 6, a small time differential. Dar's is going to be really hoping for a red-blue at the moment, but actually he's got those blues horizontally on the other side, so that was a great setup. 1 red, and then a couple more, and Fwubs is out at a 238. So she is out of here ahead.
Dar's is getting hammered by RNG right now.
He's out at 243.
244 is still a great time.
Mm-hmm. And Fwubs had a nice opening board, had a bunch of doubles there, and she's still keeping it pretty clean up top. Yeah. Ooh,
setting
nice
up those zero drop double clears. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of place for her to put yellow. So it looks like she might be trying to do something horizontal there. I think setting up a platform, yes, she's doing it. If she gets a red-yellow, that's going to go really smoothly. And this horizontal in the middle, nicely done.
And she can trigger it with this double yellow as well, so it's nice to have multiple outs, as it were.
Mm-hmm. And another horizontal in there. She's working on another horizontal. Meanwhile, Dar's down to 11 viruses. Looking at a horizontal with those reds, but he's got to be careful because he's got a yellow-blue possibility down there at the bottom that he doesn't want to ruin. And interesting, I thought he was going to clear that, but no, he's going for the D sandwich so that he can open up those reds. But oh, I think he did not want to drop that red in column 7 like that.
Probably not, because that's if he can clear out a row of there we go. Now he's set up again.
Yeah, but Fwub's very reliant on a red-yellow there, and she had to bail out of that. And so Dar's is out first.
She pretty much just needed yellows in that situation there, and it looks like...
Oh, I really wanted her to stick that red-blue.
She's herself between 2 diagonals right now.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to... Or diagonals, horizontals. What am I thinking?
Yeah,
clearly I'm ready to play today.
I think you'll be fine. She needs 1. Oh, she cleared those blues there in column 5, so she's got to have 2 blues in order to make this work. And of course, she gets a double blue. She's out at a 456. And again, less of a deficit than the last game, but she's 12 viruses back.
The curse of level 8 lives on.
Yeah, let's see. So Dar's having to think hard about where to put these red yellows because notice columns. Oh, what'd you say?
Did not want to do that in column 4.
Ooh.
Clearly, she meant to flip that one more time, and now she's got a mess that she needs to work around.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult. If she gets a blue-yellow, she's out of that situation, but she's got to wait for it. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Yeah. She going to take it? Yes. Excellently done. Good navigation.
Dar's... Oh, no. Another one.
Oh.
Keep your composure. Keep your composure.
Yeah, she's got to keep it cool. Now, if she tops out, she can continue to play, but she has to start over from level 9, which would basically be an automatic loss at this point. Dars just needs a couple of reds to be out, and this is an excellent time again for him. Yeah, he's going to beat his time from last time. Woo, 613.
613, excellent.
And again, Fwubs finishes with, at that time, with 18 viruses left to go. But that top of that level was just kind of heartbreaking. Just didn't let her get down there. But wow. Nice job from Fwubs. You know, she was so close to Dars for part of that game. And we want to see her, back as many months as she wants to be back. So
really rough level 8 and level 9 had a couple of miss flips that were really unkind to her, but props to her for at least working around it.
Dars says millennial for the win. GG Fwubs. That's right, respect your elders, I guess. All right, so as we said, Dars is going to be facing Atalito next round, and we are going to have our next match in just a few. watchmuh versus Betty B. Stick around. Welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championship channel, everyone. We are continuing to roll right along through round 1 of our speed tournament. Packy is going off to practice for his match, and I am too for my later match, so I would like to turn over the commentary duties to JonDatFlindo, JonDatFlindo, and Larva 12. Take it away.
Thanks there, Savage. All right, we've got watchmuh here on the left, Betty B on the right. I know I've been looking forward to this matchup for a while. How about you, Larva? What can you tell us about these players?
So I'm actually also very excited for this matchup. I have met both of these players in person. They're both really cool and awesome. I do tend to know Betty a little bit better. She's in a weekly checkup with us. So I do know her playstyle and actually her personality a little bit more. If anybody is interested in our weekly checkup, where we play seeded races against each other, it is a lot of fun. You can check out our Discord. We can show you how to get set up. And we do that every Thursday evening. Now, both of these players are actually pretty good in the versus scene. watchmuh is always one of those people that will show up for Columbus and just kind of tear through everybody. And Betty is somebody who's always she's always playing versus. She loves versus. So it is fun to see them adopt their styles, because playing versus and playing for speed are actually pretty different. Even if you can use some of the same tactics, you don't want to use all of the same tactics.
Yeah, absolutely. Versus is it's basically its own game, I like to say. And these two players, you know, they switch between both the styles so well, and it kind of blows my mind, because I know if I get too focused on one, I struggle in the other sometimes. So it's really amazing to see. And, you know, speaking of different styles, watchmuh actually is a top 10 player in 4 different versions on speedrun.com of Dr. Mario. So I think Betty's got maybe a little bit of an uphill battle here, but, you know, she's an amazing player. And like we've said before, in this tournament, anything can happen.
Well, both players have won championships in the last 4 months. watchmuh won gold bracket in September, and Betty won our silver championship last month for the entire year of 2022. She won our end of year silver championship. So both of our players have that experience. We do have a 3-2-1 pills, and we're off. What do you like about these boards, John?
You know, I'm looking at both boards, and both boards are really kind of unique in their own way. Watchmuh is very compact there at the top of his board. The problem he's got is he's got just a ton of red on his top line. But then you go towards farther towards the bottom of his board, and it's a lot wide open spaces. Whereas Betty's board, it's a little bit more compact in the middle. But I think that Betty's board is a little bit more left heavy, or at least it was before I started talking about it, and she started to bring that back a little more towards the center larva.
A double flip from watchmuh. I could see it flip twice. Nobody likes when that happens. It does happen sometimes. Sometimes the doctor says, "Oh, you're going too fast." No. Try again. But he does seem to be saving that for last. I wonder if he's gonna take out that yellow. So he's gonna take that out horizontally, and he'll actually get out at a 118. But Betty is already into level 7.
Yeah, Betty was out at about a 115 with a really nice combo to get out of her level. And so it's really a really close game right now. Betty looking like she's a little bit unhappy with the pill sequencing that's happening right now, but she's making plays with what she can. I'd really love to see a double blue for her to drop down this combo that she's got set up. And there it is. And she does take it.
Perfect. And for watchmuh, he is trying to take those 2 horizontal blues. He is trying to take them horizontally. I don't know if he's gonna also hope that he gets a double blue. No, he's not gonna try to take that as well. But he might leave that for last, depending on how RNG does everything. He also has a bunch of different horizontal plays that he can take. He did take one of those yellows out, so he couldn't take that horizontally. So I don't know if he's still going to try to take those 2 blues horizontally. He probably will. Yeah, he'll build up to it. Nice combo from Betty. And she just needs 2 reds.
Yeah, and watchmuh meanwhile logging out with a double yellow. I taught preschool. I know my colors. Then Betty just waiting for a red, but she cleared something out she didn't mean to, and that's going to be detrimental for her.
Time, you could see it on her face. She knew the second that it started. She did not want to do that. Every line of drop time is a quarter second lost. So if you go all the way down the board, that's easily 3 or 4 seconds that you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So I know that was really frustrating for her. You could see that.
Yeah, absolutely. You could see on her face, she instantly knew that she done messed up Aaron, and she wasn't happy about it. But the best thing she can do right now is just recover and keep going. And you can see her shaking her head right now. I think maybe that little bit of drop time there in her level 7 has thrown her off a little bit. She's just gotta shake it off, like I was saying. But watchmuh just flying through this level 8 right now, already down to 5 viruses left. He's got a really nice horizontal combo setup, which he takes. Well, it's not a combo; it's just clear. But here's a combo, and just gonna need one more red, and he will be out of his level 8. There it is at a 433. So watchmuh just cruising through right now.
And Betty had a nice L to get rid of a bunch of garbage. So that has started to clear up her board a little bit more. There's another combo to clear out some more garbage. I think she's going to try to take that yellow horizontally. And she does another L into another combo. Great job. We love to see it.
Yeah, watchmuh just had a really nice combo of his own to clear out a huge cluster of red. on his top line, and it's really helped to open up his board, but he still has no blue access right now. And fortunately, Mario is giving him a little bit of the pills to work with, but unfortunately, they were blue pills, and any blue access he had is just about gone again.
Yeah, he again only has that access to one and then some blue garbage that he's strategically keeping so that he can drop down on a blue when he takes the yellows on top of it horizontally. But Doc is just really wants to give him blue right now.
Yeah, and we'll see. It may give Betty a chance to get back into this game as she has entered into her level 9. Really nice drop there by Betty. Oh, and look at this cross clear. Really nice play by Betty as she is down to now a 16 virus deficit as Mario is just still not giving watchmuh what he needs to get through this larva.
Yeah, he's really looking for a couple of reds. Okay, there's the first one, and then most likely he'll... Okay, he didn't want to drop that one. I can understand with drop time with those. There he goes. Now he's down to just the 4 with the double reds, the yellow, and the other red. So he's going to be out at a 647.
Right, GG's to watchmuh. With that, he does take the first game of this match. And looks like Betty may go ahead, and no, she's going to top out and go ahead and reset. You can see the frustration on her face, but giving watchmuh that applause, the best thing she could do is just shake it off, not let it get to her, play her game.
Exactly. Shake it out, take a sip of water, stretch if you need to. And both players playing on Fever. Betty playing on high speed and watchmuh playing on medium, but both are Fever fans.
No complaints here.
I don't know how I feel about that. I am a Team Chill girl.
Yeah, I'm identifying right now with watchmuh. Watchmuh and I both are medium Fever guys, and I'm loving to see that. And we have a watchmuh ready. Looks like and there's the Betty ready. Packy saying the curse of level 8 lives on. I concur. I feel that so hard.
Our number 1 seed saying chill is faster. Ooh.
We have our 3, 2, 1 and pills. And Robin repping team off in our chat. All right, Betty gonna be out of the gate first. She's got an interesting board here. You see a lot of blue on her top line. She does have the opportunity to clear it out horizontally. Right now, it's really not open for her to do that, though. She is working on getting that open to where she can do that.
Yeah, and watchmuh's board is pretty diverse. I like it's not too spired. There's that one red that's hanging out in the middle of the board. But he shouldn't really have too much of an issue with that. And Betty going for that sweet tea.
Yeah, but it did cause quite a bit of drop time for her. But still a really efficient play by Betty.
Exactly. Now, watchmuh is, he has 5 viruses left, and they are all reds. Oh, and he has a red blitz. Oh, wow. That is lucky. That is so lucky. He is out at a 109.
Wow. The RNG gods just smiling down on watchmuh right now. And we can't see watchmuh, but I'm sure he's got a big grin on his face after that.
I'm sure he does. I would.
And Betty, I just noticed her timer didn't start. So, gonna be hard to call what times she's being out. but we will get that for you. I can say, well, no, I can't say because Betty started first, so never mind. I was going to say that if Betty ends first, then she wins, but no, I had it backwards. So we will get that retimed for you towards the end of the match, and we'll see what happens.
And watchmuh dealing with a bit more on his right-hand side than his left-hand side. I can't remember if that was just kind of how the game did it, or if that was by design. But he is bringing that down. He is, again, he's got a lot of reds, and one yellow and one blue. Betty's working on some horizontal drop combos of her own. That was really nice.
Yeah, really nice play by Betty. I was hoping she was going to get a double red to clear out a little bit more. She didn't, but watchmuh already out at a 238. watchmuh, again, just cruising through this level block.
Yeah, he has some access to red. He opened up a little bit more. Let's see what he does. He's going to have to clear out that. So he doesn't really have access to yellow. So hopefully, like we always want but never get, the doc will give him what he needs. Betty out at a 0. Great time, Betty.
Yeah, but look at this board for Betty, though. Look at all the blue and the yellow on her top
Ooh.
line.
There's part of me that likes it and part of me that really doesn't like it, and it really just depends on the RNG.
Yeah, I'd really love to see a double yellow for her right now. That would be tremendous.
Exactly.
And she gets it, and it wasn't going to be as spectacular as it could have been because she did choose to clear some stuff out, but still she gets it, and she is able to cut into this board a little more. But as we say that, it looks like watchmuh has cleared up some of his issues and is setting up some really interesting combos.
Yeah, he's setting up some bracket clears, some things like that to get rid of some trash. But he is really down to his end game on this level 8. He won't. Yeah, I was thinking he was gonna try to take those yellows horizontally in potentially a way that he couldn't at that time, but he is going to set everything up for a horizontal drop combo. As Betty gets a drop combo of her own, she's only 7 or 8 viruses behind.
Yeah, Betty holding on strong here, but she's gonna have to really pick up the pace if she's gonna catch up back to watchmuh, who is already down to 31 viruses left in his level 9, making some great plays, getting some really nice RNG to work with him, and just flying through again this level block. I like the fat log setup that he's got there at the bottom of his board. We'll see if the blue-red comes for him.
Yes, we do have from the Dave that Betty is 6 seconds ahead of watchmuh's timer, so we can take that into consideration. I'm not sure Betty wanted to do that in column 2. I think that she wanted to tuck that down later. Let's see how she deals with that, because there's still quite a bit of trash that she has to deal with if she wants to take those blues horizontally.
Yeah, and it's just not going to be enough for Betty, though, as watchmuh down to just one more yellow. And if he gets it, he's going to get a sub-6 with a 5:47. Fantastic time by watchmuh. And with that, he will take the game and the match and will be rewarded by going on to face Atalito in round 2.
That is 5:47 is tied for 15th on our hot times. So as we like to say, hot time strats or PB strats. I'm not sure if that was a PB for him, but definitely getting onto the hot times board can almost guarantee you a victory.
Yeah, that is 14 seconds behind watchmuh's PB. So we've seen him do faster, but still 5:47, fantastic time. GG's to both players. And we will get reset here and bring you our next matchup, which is going to be I forget who it's going to be.
It's going to be Packy versus Dave Smith Says. Now, watchmuh here is going to play Ibar in round 2 later today. Right. So keep tuned for that. But we will get set up for our number 3 Packy versus our number 14 Dave Smith Says. We'll be right back in a couple minutes. This is the Dr. Mario Championship.
And welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championship January 2023 monthly speed tournament. My name's JonDatFlindo. I will be joined once again by Larva12 in just a second. We have our number 3 seed Packy versus our number 14 seed Dave Smith Says. Larva, what can you tell us about these two players?
I can tell you that they've both been around for a very long time. I believe that both of these players were in our very first speed tournament way back in May 2020. Now for some facts, Packy has won our speed tournament 3 times, been a runner-up 8 times. He's also won our Versus Championship 3 times. So he is just all over the place and very scary to face. Dave Smith has won both of our Dave Bowls. We had our inaugural Dave Bowl in, I believe, 2020, and then last year we had our second Dave Bowl, Dave Smith Says versus our restreamer The Dave. He also won our June 2022 Silver Championship, and our May 2022, he was our silver runner-up. So he was runner-up and then champion in back-to-back months.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Dave Smith Says has taken down Packy before, and Packy's well aware of that fact, as we heard him say earlier, so he's going to be looking to not let that happen again as we are off into our first match of this game. And both players making some really great plays already. That was a really nice wiggle down by Dave Smith Says to get that vertical blue with that double pill that he had.
Mm-hmm. Dave is very combo heavy. He does a lot of combos all the time. He loves combos. And sometimes we will ask Dave how he thinks of these things, and he doesn't always know. Sometimes he just plays and then plays appear to him. So you do have that. And then you have Packy's play style, which is press the down button. So these are 2 extraordinarily different styles, but we're down to 4 blues apiece for each of them. Dave's going to be out at a 110.
I'm not sure what's gone on over here with Packy's board. He was setting up for a drop combo. Really nice play by Packy. Holy cow.
I was wondering the same thing. I was like, he knows what he's doing. I can't see it. It was a drop combo.
That was fantastic. My mind is officially blown. I cannot go on anymore in this commentary, and it's only the first game.
Now, both players have a lot of red on their board. Packy's got a lot on his top line. Fortunately, Doctor's saying, okay, sure, you want some red? I'll give you some red. Let's see. And Dave really does not need any blue right now. Really at all. So, and then he gets a double blue up. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah. And to add on top of that, Dave's got a little bit of a well in his columns 4 and 5 right down the center of his board. And if he's not careful, he's going to have a lot of drop time. But look at this combo he's fixing to have. Wow. Really nice drop combo there by Dave Smith Says. And just as you were saying, Larva, that's one of the things that Dave does best is he has an eye for those combos. And I think that gives him a really good chance here against Packy if he can just get the RNG to work with him.
Yeah, but Packy's he's down to his last blue. So Dave with a
Nice
drop
cross clear.
T. Good job. Though Packy is into level 8 first, and as he has been saying, the level 8 has been cursed today. Let's hope that it cooperates for both of our players, since now they're both into level 8.
Absolutely. Dave out of his level 7 out of 302, which is really a respectable time. But against an opponent like Packy, you got to be on your toes. You got to be out as fast as you can, because any leeway that you give Packy, he will take, and he will destroy you if he gets the chance.
Yes. As someone who has faced him multiple times in the last few months, you are very, very accurate, very correct. He will not stop. He will just go pedal to the metal nonstop, and it is terrifying.
Yeah, and as we've been talking, Packy just doing what Packy does best and drilling through this level 8 here. He all I can say. He's just tearing through, and he's doing a great job of it. He is in a little bit of an oops all red situation here, so going to hope that Mario gets his stuff together and starts giving him red, because right now he's not. Okay, there's one, but he's still in need of 4 more red halves, and it's going to potentially give Dave Smith Says a chance to catch up.
Oh, he gets a nice double red. There we go.
Finally
432.
gets the reds out at 432. But Dave's brought this deficit down quite a bit while Packy was trying to get those last reds. He's only in need of 2 more red halves, now 1, and he's going to get it with a double red out at a 451. And we'll see if Dave Smith can pull off a pretty big comeback here with a 9, now 8 virus deficit.
Yeah, we'll see. I think he is setting up something for. Yep, there we go. Another patented Dave Smith combo. It did leave quite a bit of trash, so he does have to deal with that, and he's getting a lot of yellows that he honestly doesn't need. So the doctor is kind of hamstringing him a little bit with that.
Yeah, and I think he's looking to take out that red garbage there in his column 3 horizontally to drop down the yellows and clear out the virus. But he's got to deal with these yellows here in his column 4 first before he can even think about the horizontal combo. He's got a few chances to it. Oh, and he clears it out and now is open with the double yellow. We'll see if he's able to build up and take it. I think he may be waiting towards the end to deal with that. We'll see.
But Packy is down to his last red. He's out at a 609.
Which is appropriate, as the level block is 6 through 9. So kind of a fun little time for Packy. GG's to him. He takes game 1. And Dave Smith Says possibly gonna finish out. Not sure what he's got planned here. He may be trying. No, he's just gonna top out.
There we go.
A great play by both of our players, as we were expecting. We already have readies from both of our players. And our 3, 2, 1 pills, and we will get this game 2 underway.
Dave with a relatively flat top line to start. I do kind of like his board a little bit better than Packy's. But of course, Packy already just chopping everything down as quickly as he can. And Dave does not have a lot on the left side of his board. How do you feel about that, John?
Yeah, I was just noticing that his board is really right heavy. And looking at his board, he's got a little bit of an issue with the red. I'd really like to see him get a double red and clear out those reds in row 4 horizontally. It looks like he's not going to go for that. And as soon as he doesn't go for it, there's the double red that I was hoping for. But he's got the setups that he's looking for. He just needs that blue-yellow that's just dropped right now to fire it off. And he's down to 7 viruses. Packy now down to 5 viruses. Also looking for some very specific pills. This double yellow is going to be really nice for him. He just needs a yellow half and a blue half. And he is going to decide to wait for a better pill and be out at 118.
He was looking at that drop time and deciding against it. Sometimes Packy will go for the drop time, and sometimes he'll hold out for what he wants. Again, Dave with a very flat top line to start. Dropping everything down. I don't know if he wants to take. I think he wants to take those blues horizontally, but that's going to be a little tough for him to do with the way that the board is set up.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he did just clear out the platform that he had built up. So if he does choose to take out those blues horizontally, he's either going to have to save it till the end and build up to it, or build up to it now and create platforms, which I think for this, at this point, it would probably be better for him just to save it till the end and work on the other stuff that he is doing, which is exactly what he's doing. But it's given Packy a chance to really work on his level 7. He's down to only 4. I was fixing to say I was a little surprised he didn't take it with that first yellow, but he was trying to set up for this horizontal and gets it out at a 243. But Dave really not that far behind, just waiting on the blues.
Just waiting on blues. And he's going to be out at a 255.
So only about a 10-second difference here between our players, as Packy does not have much yellow on top of his board. Well, and as I say that, he's now got basically only yellow at the top of his board. So interesting to see this play from Packy right now, but he's making some really great plays. And Dave, on the other hand, looks like he's got an interesting situation on that board. What can you tell us about it, Larva?
So he does have, well, now he's cleared it out. It looked like he had a misdrop in column 2, because there was really nowhere for those blues at all. He would have had to horizontally clear 4 or 5 rows in order for that to drop where it could be needed, which is why I say that is a misdrop. Sometimes I know Dave will do this. Packy's done it. I watch Frank do it all the time, where sometimes you'll stack something and it looks like a misdrop, but you're actually going to undertuck something and make it into a drop combo. Packy's out at a 417. Dave's only 9 viruses behind. That's not bad. But Packy's already trying to blaze his way through his level 9.
Yeah, Dave not far behind. I was a little bit concerned with the way his in-game situation was looking. But it looks like, he's going to set up for a cross clear here over on the right side of his board. He's going to need to either drop it down, which is what he's signaling with this blue-yellow, and that blue-yellow is perfect. It is going to create a little bit more drop time than I think he anticipated, but he is going to get that last yellow, be out at a 502, but have a 21 virus deficit to Packy.
Yeah, and Packy's board is almost entirely clean. There's that one yellow that could maybe be taken horizontally in row 2. He might try to do that and then try to take the red horizontally as well. We'll see. but Packy does not have a lot of garbage on his board. There we go, completely trash free. So this is gonna be hard for Dave to come back from, considering Packy only has the one blue virus left.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate for Dave because he just had a beautiful board to work with here, and against anybody else, he might have had a chance at this if the virus deficit wasn't so big. But Packy beating his last time by 3 seconds now with a 606. Packy going to go on to round 2 and face me. Looking forward to that. And davesmithsays unfortunately will go home, but nothing to be ashamed about. He put up some really nice plays. And with that, we will move on to our next match, which is, I have it pulled up this time, going to be dmwit versus Hollow Man. It's going to be an exciting match. Stay tuned. You're watching the Dr. Mario Championship.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Dr. Mario Championship channel. We have our last match of round 1. Our number 7 seed, dmwit, versus our number 10 seed, Hollow Man. And here to call the action with me, he could be at NPR, but instead he's here with us. It's OoktheLibrarian. Ook, how you doing?
Oh, I thought you meant Dave Smith. Hey, Savage, how's it going?
I am good. Ook, how are you?
I can't complain. So, especially because I get to call this match with you. Anybody who spends any time in my chat knows that Hollow's a good buddy of mine. And I thought he was done with the tournament for a while now, but I was so excited to come back from my holiday vacation and see that he'd made a qualifier, and seeing him get to face off against dmwit. This is going to be a really good tournament between these two, or match between these two.
Yeah, and I talked to Hollow. He has been practicing so hard. And of course, dmwit is one of the gold standards for really well thought out, patient plays that are very deep. And so this is just going to be so much fun.
Absolutely. These two, and actually Hollow made sure that I mentioned this. These two are the only two 16 seeds we've ever had win a tournament match. So that happened for dmwit back in October of 2021, for Hollow back in March of 2022. So that's pretty cool. And looking at their 6 to 9 averages, it's only about a 20-second difference between them. dmwit is holding the edge there, but this is Dr. Mario. Anything can happen. I can't wait to see it do so.
Yeah, and I think Hollow Man's all-time best in the bracket is a 642, and I think that is a huge estimate of what he can do. So I think he has a big possibility to PB here. And just as we say that, we have a countdown from our restreamer, the Dave, and we are off. Wow, this board from dmwit is very empty on the right-hand side.
Yeah, very, very spicy going on there. So yeah, that was a lot of blue that he had down in the bottom right. And I'm assuming one of these blue pills is going to eventually go over on that right-hand side, and then he's going to have nothing in column 6 through 8. That is a really unique board.
Definitely. And also, he's just going to run out of anything but red yellow, so he's going to have to think ahead. This double red, excellent for dmwit there. Now Hollow Man needs a lot of blue, but the good thing is this board has a bunch of open space, so there's avenues to do other things, and a nice clear there to get rid of the garbage and clear the yellow. Hollow Man's got some great opportunities here.
Yeah, he's kind of lacking in red. A little surprised he didn't go ahead and try to move that red all the way over to the right-hand side. But the doctor says, no, you don't need to worry about all that. I'm going to give you red. You don't need it, so feel free. As dmwit out at a 114, that's a good time for him. Hollow just needs 3 more yellow pill halves. There's the first one. 2 more, and he will be out at a 129.
And dmwit has managed to get the bases of some combos going. Notice he didn't really have much to do with that yellow. So he put it in column 1, 2 with the red, yellow, and then was able to clear that garbage out. The thing is that when a player gets a 10-second advantage in a level, they're using that time to just set up that stuff. And so he didn't really get much of a lead, but got really great setups for his combos.
Yeah, and that's going to make a big difference. Is he's got just a ton of red left over, and that's going to give Hollow a chance to try to mount a comeback here as well. But there's still plenty of Dr. Mario left to play, and the Doctor is not playing very well with Hollow at the moment. Needing needing just a double blue would be ideal for him.
Yeah, he's just not getting that.
Decides to go ahead and manufacture that, and gets the drop that he needs, but that did eat up quite a bit of time.
Now it is 3 viruses to Hollow Man's 8, but Dimwit is going to have to. Oh, luckily he did not have to take any drop time. He didn't get that blue over as far as he wanted, but he's out at a 252. Nice time.
Yeah, sub 3 is a perfectly acceptable place to be right here. Really where you want to be if you're me. I try not to pretend like I know what everybody else's comfortable scores are. But Hollow is going to be out at a very respectable 317 as well, going into level 8 and getting himself a pretty decent board to start off with. But Dimwit, as you said before, already really working on those combos and getting things started on this level 8 with a nice underclear there.
Yeah, you can see him with those good setups. And he's also doing things like, you notice that he could have put that blue yellow on column 6 and 7, but instead chose to clear out and open up that left-hand side because red wasn't the most common thing. Of course, now he needs mostly red, does Dimwit, but ooh, check out that nice combo from Hollow Man. Thought he was going to go for a horizontal there, but also got a great combo anyway.
Yeah, definitely a lot of forethought going on with what Hollow's been doing, and it's keeping him in this match. But Dimwit just getting good, solid play, and when you've already got the lead, as long as the RNG doesn't do what it's doing right now for Dimwit, just that good, solid play is really all it takes to continue. But right now, the Doctor says, I don't have orange, but I will give you a lot of red and yellow. And that is not what he needed. Luckily, the Doctor now giving him a little bit of that blue, as he's going to be out very quickly here, assuming the Doctor decides to agree.
And yeah, Dimwit out at a 444. Hollow Man just needs a couple more yellows, and he's going to take these blues out horizontally, which is going to leave open for just needing a couple more blues. Double blue, awesome. He's out at a 501.
So, great.
Beautiful
great
tea
yeah.
from Dimwit. Yeah. Sweet tea. We don't often see them upside down like that. I feel like that orientation is not the most common one.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a particular reason for it just off the top of my head, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I almost don't know what to call it because it doesn't resemble any capital or lowercase t. But yeah, about an 8 virus difference right now as as it looks on our screen, and Dimwit does have about an extra 3 seconds as Hollow Man answers with a T of his own and cuts the virus lead down to 4.
Yeah. I mean, but Dimwit's board is so good, and he's just playing so cleanly. It's really nice to see. And he is going to end up with needing just a lot of red-yellow there. But, oh, hey, and just as I say that, he gets some. So he's opened up a 9 virus lead. As long as the reds start coming, I think this is going to be a done deal, I think.
Yeah, this is
making that tea.
This has really been a story of 2 players just playing really well, and a combination of the RNG and very solid play answering in Dimwit's favor. He takes game 1 of just a very very well played game one between these two players.
Ook, I would just really love to see our first decider of the tournament. We haven't been getting our full dose, as it were, of Dr. Mario.
I have to agree. And with a 28-second difference in that game one, that seems well within the realm of possibility.
All right, we have a ready from dmwit. And a ready from Hollow.
He's got to be shaking the jitters out, getting ready in. But again, that was a very well played first game for both these players.
And we had our countdown. Now, as you can see, you might have been a little worried looking at dmwit's timer. It does reset itself. So it looks like he has not reset it himself, but then it does start.
If you check dmwit's profile, you'll find out that, as he puts it, he was kicked out of a doctoral program for knowing too much. And that is, if I'm not mistaken, in computer science. So yeah, he knows a little bit about programming.
Did he really say that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Whoa. All right. Well, they are neck and neck right now, and I like Hollow's board better just because everything's so close together. He can get those 0-drop clears, but the diversity is a little bit better for dmwit at the moment. Nice clear in column 6 for Hollow, just taking all of that stuff down. And now he's got a 5-virus lead.
And we were talking about this during your match yesterday, that what's really hampering dmwit is the fact that he's got to maneuver everything in order to get around these 3 viruses at the top and that kind of little barge that he's got. It doesn't take a lot of time per clear or per virus drop, but it really adds up. And you can see that right here, as Hollow already out at a 128, and dmwit is going to be quite a bit behind just due to the way that the RNG was set up and the board was set up at the start of this level.
Yeah, and you can see that if he gets this horizontal going with these yellows, I mean, everything else is going to drop, and that's for both yellows there. So he just needs one more yellow and he'll be out. He is out at a 149, but Hollow, man, already with only 21 viruses left to go, and really just needs to keep the blue-yellow going to clear off these top levels of the board.
Yeah, that's preventing him from having the same issue that dmwit was having earlier. And wow, just kind of a player's choice there with that double red. Which do you want, a blue open or do you want a yellow open? That's kind of what Hollow had to decide. And the doctor will decide if he made the right decision. Those 50-50s can really make you question yourself.
Yeah, they are tough. But Hollow racing through this level 7 with a 14 virus lead now. Opened that up since starting. So very exciting. But dmwit with a very, very clean board and lots of opportunities for every pill that he could need.
Yeah, smart play on both sides as Hollow knocks that out at the top as his last virus out at a 249, I think. And that's just showing smart plays, avoiding his drop times and really keeping things solid and clean. But the doctor not as happy with this particular level as he was with the previous one. Hollow needs a lot of blue in order to work his way down this board.
But RNG blessing him a little bit with a little bit of blue right now. So excellent for Hollow. Is using some of that to take out that garbage in column 7, which I'm not sure was the play, but now the blue is not a problem. It's just red and yellow. So these games tend to switch up as dmwit into his level 8, starting off needing quite a bit of blue himself. And so let's hope this double yellow or this blue-yellow blitz lasts just a little bit longer.
And dmwit was out about a 322, so we're still looking at, was it about a 30, 40 second difference? And this is, again, the tables are just reversed on where they were in the last game. Now Hollow Man just needs to play cleanly and get just a little bit of pill luck. And if he can hold serve, we'll be looking at a decider here in just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Dimwit needs a lot of red, Hollow needs a lot of red, so it's going to be a tale of, who gets that RNG going for them. Hollow is going to be working on these reds horizontally on the bottom. Notice he built a nice platform so that red up high doesn't need drop time. So those reds at the bottom are going to be the last to go because they're going to trigger that drop time. But Hollow going to take drop time in order to clear both at the same time. He's out at a 440.
I think that was exactly the right call. Take the devil over the devil you don't. And
sure.
don't let the RNG have even the opportunity of taking you down. And now this level 9, he's got to keep his wits about him, as here comes Dimwit with the chase. So at just under 5 minutes, that's where we see Dimwit, and now the two of them just knocking out the same level.
Yeah, no, you see that Hollow Man is thinking really hard, wants this blue-yellow for that horizontal up top, finally gets it. A giant combo there. I was wondering how long he was going to wait for that, but it was a good move. Now, the yellow in column 4 bothering me a little bit because it's just going to be a little bit slow going, but he clears it off with that garbage and gets a nice little double yellow blitz to get him out of trouble.
And now Dimwit himself is racing his way through, but he's a little hamstrung by the reds on the top. He does get some clearing out of there, and now it's blues. It's really alternating colors on his top line. The doctor's got to give him the right combination for him to be able to get out. Hollow's trying to use that to his advantage. This is going to be a really close finish.
Yeah, Hollow actually avoiding that right-hand side a little bit. I think he saw some hesitation and trying to figure out what he wants to do. It'd be really great if he could get all those blues at the same time horizontally, but I don't think trying to set that up is the best idea with those yellows in the way. So I think he's just going to try to take these yellows out vertically.
Yeah, these double blues are going to take away any question of handling those horizontally, as he is now just 2 yellows away from that decider. There's 1. There is 2. He's out of 6:45. Dimwit's got 2 seconds and just about could do it if the doctor had given him just one different pill. He's out at a 6:51 with 6-second difference. We are going to a decider.
Yay! More Dr. Mario.
Yeah, as Influx in the chat mentioning 1 misdrop. Yeah, that's literally 6 seconds. That will pretty much just be a single misdrop. If you are like me, you got your breath held, take a deep one, because here comes some more great play from these 2 great players. We had to wait all the way till the end of the first round to get one that's going to the decider, and boy, they're going to give us a good show here.
And we have our countdown. 3, 2, 1, pills. If you're curious about seeing all these stats updating, you can go to our website at monthly.drmc.gg. I'm updating the stats as we speak in real time, so you'll see the outcomes of all the games and what it means for the leaderboards. So starting off, Hollow Man with a really nice lightning bolt down the center of the board. But this is going to open up a lot of capacity for drop time, whereas Dimwit's board is closer together.
Yeah, I was a little concerned about that double yellow that he'd placed on that right-hand side. I think it was misdropped. I think he just kind of tossed it away and wasn't sure what was going on. That it went really quickly, so I'm assuming that was the problem there. But the doctor gives him another double. He gets it cleared out and is going to get, he'd love some sort of fat log going on over there, but does get things cleared out. Takes a bit of a virus lead, but again, about 3-second difference on the timer. And I do like where Hollow's board is a little bit better than Dimwit's right now.
Yeah, that yellow is open, and now these double blues just awesome for Hollow. Now, Dimwit's board is very spread out, so it's going to be hard to get a combo game going. Hollow out of level 6 at about a 122. And yeah, Dimwit having to open up that column 2, it's going to slow him down. But the blue-red, great for column 1, especially with that double yellow falling. So that was excellent. But this board for Hollow looking really great. I like these shapes.
Yeah, it's definitely some interesting stuff as the doctor, providing him with a little bit more time, does manage to give Dimwit what he needs to make an inverted L clear, a Waluigi clear, if you will. And he gets out at just under 2 minutes.
I like that. I like that.
I mean, it was just right there to call.
It was
so
right
I
there,
just
yeah.
went for it.
Hollow's got, again, still has these great shapes. I mean, look, he can tuck these reds in between on column 4. And yeah, and just look, things are coming together really nicely. Column 7 and 8 will go with 2 red blues. And so he's got a little space to work stuff from both sides. Yeah, this board is really great. And he's got a 13 virus lead over Dimwit, who not only has a very sloping board, it's like high on the left, low on the right. All those blues in columns 1, 2, 3, and 4 are definitely making him shake his head, Ook.
Yeah, it's a challenging level to be sure. Hollow out at a 256, so that's 16 viruses that Dimwit still has at that exact same time. And they are not...
They're not easy viruses either.
No, they are
this
not.
This is challenging.
This stack looks so much bigger than 16 viruses. And that's, that is Dr. Mario. That is a lot of things, and Dr. Mario is one of them. As Dimwit going to take this under clear and just finding things to do with what he's got. I'm not sure about some of the... Okay, I see the horizontals. Okay. Now I understand where he's going with all of this.
He's out at a 337. Hollow, 11 viruses ahead. This board, a little bit difficult because of all of this red at the top, and he's got 2 spires, and he's just gonna... Looks like he's signaling he's just gonna take that drop time. But that's all right. It's gonna open up some diversity, and he's actually making it happen on a different column so that stuff doesn't go all the way to the bottom. That's a nice move.
Yeah, sharing the drop time between columns is usually a good play. He does get things knocked down. So now there's that 1 sky red. Unless he gets a double red, I don't see him taking that anytime soon. He would probably love a double red just to take and free up that yellow that he's got. Tosses away that double yellow because, hey, I've already got the horizontal set up. And yeah, the doctor has been giving him just the pills that he needs to be able to work his way down this board. And now doesn't have to worry about that red stack, although as soon as I say it, he takes care of it.
Yeah, good call on those yellows going horizontally. Hollow, a 9 virus lead for Hollow. Dimwit coming in big with that giant cascade of reds and down into the blue. So this is an even game. Hollow just needs this 1, and he's out of level 8. I actually thought that we were at the end, and I was so excited, but nope, it's gotten even closer, and there's still a level left to go. Ooh,
yeah, we are tied up. Yes, that's a great cross. We are tied up though. Dimwit really used the better board there, and here comes a lightning bolt, Mario fans. Dimwit definitely using his better board to his advantage, and was able to mount a comeback in that level 8. So this one really is anybody's game.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Keep an eye on just everything going on. Hollow is holding on to just a touch of a lead, but again, that 3-second time differential, it's really what we're going to be seeing making the difference right now. So we won't know until the very last second whether or not, or who wins this game.
Definitely. Dimwit's been having an issue with red this whole time. It's been kind of the thing that's been, he's hoping gets cleared out. It's the thing that's limiting him. But a really nice play there is opening up columns 7 and 8 to open up that more of that red so that anytime red shows up on his board, he can use it.
Yeah, and he's setting up a really nice combo here. He'd love a red to trigger it. There it is. And I missed how that yellow knocked out of the way. He had everything set up for a drop combo. I wasn't able to get it. But we're closing in on the very last. But yeah, this is getting really tight. Hollow just needs blue. Just needs blue. And the doctor says nope. But if you look on Dimwit's side, you can see that, things were locked up. Now Hollow needs a red-blue to finish this out, and it looks like Dimwit has got himself blocked off.
Oh, he had it almost a horizontal there, and notice column 3 in his way, and Hollow is going to take it with a 7-17. Wow, just one virus for Dimwit.
There's the pill Dimwit needed out at a 722. So, wow. Chi-Chi's to both players. That one... what more can you ask for? What more can you ask for from two great players? Hollow Man is going to take it, and he will be facing somebody who might be in the room in the next round. So,
well, we were talking. I did say that I wanted to see him on the other side of a board, so I'm excited. GG's to both players, and we are going to get ready for our next match.